Basic Microeconomics. Introduction. What is economics? Economic is divided into two categories, which microeconomics and macroeconomics. Microeconomics is the study of individuals and business decisions, while macroeconomics looks at the decision of countries and governments. Economic is a social science that studies human behavior and institutional arrangement in societies that influence the process by which relatively scarce resources are allocated to alternative uses. Social science and decision science components of economic. Economic as a social science need for integration of social science deductive, historical, and empirical. Economic is the resources we use to produce goods and services are limited, also known as production inputs, natural resources or land resources, provided by nature and used to produce goods and services. Economic study of the distribution of surplus goods to those in need. As an economic concept, scarcity applies to time but not money. Economic points out that scarcity confronts the poor but not the rich. For the low demand, as price rises, it happens when the quantity demanded goes down. When the quantity supplied and quantity demand is equal, it is called equilibrium. Objective. The objective is the goal or desired outcome of a choice. Number one objective is individual may try to maximize utility given the constraints of income, time, prices, and etc. Second objective is the firm that may have objectives such as the maximization of profits, sales, market share, etc., or the minimization of cost per unit. Number three objective is social objective. Maximize the well-being of the member of society. What is economics? Economics has a scarcity, that the resources we use to produce goods and services are limited. Economics is the study of choices when there is a scarcity. It has also a natural resources or land resources. It is the resources provided by nature and used to produce goods and services. Labor, the physical and mental effort people use to produce goods and services. Human capital, the knowledge and skills acquired by a worker through education and experience. Economic has also physical capital and financial capital, the stock of equipment, machines, structures, and infrastructure that is used to produce goods and services. Economic also have entrepreneurship. It says that entrepreneurship is the effort used to coordinate the factors of production, natural resources, labor, physical capital, and human capital to produce and sell products. Resources we have in economic. We have a typical taxonomy, which includes the land and natural resources, labor, capital, entrepreneurial ability. And we also have an alternative view, which includes the matter, energy, time, and technology.
Building a foundation. Economics in individual decisions. First, market. Market is an institution that brings together buyer and sellers of a good service. 2. Marginal analysis. Marginal analysis that involves comparing marginal benefits and marginal costs. The microeconomics is the study of how household and business make choices, how they interact in markets, and how the government attempts and influence their choices. And also, the microeconomics are the focuses on purchasing decisions that an individual's consumer makes. It affects of an increase in the tax on cigarette and cigarette sales and hiring decision that a business makes. For the low demand, as a price rises, it happens when the quantity demanded goes down. Example of the microeconomics. First, how a local business decide to allocate their funds, and how a city decide to spend a government surplus. And third, the housing market of a particular city or neighborhood, and lastly, how the production of a local business. Macroeconomics is a study of economy as a whole, including topics such as inflation, unemployment, economic growth, national income, and etc. Scarcity, choice, and opportunity cost. Scarcity is the most fundamental economic problem. It occurs when a society acquires new resources or when it learns to produce more using existing resources. We also have three economic problems. We need to recall the three basic economics facing in our economic system. In this slide, we have an economic system. First, command economy. Command economy is in which central government either directly or indirect set output targets, incomes, and prices. Mixed economy. Mixed economy is the system that incorporates mixture or private or government ownership or control, or a mixture of the capitalism and socialism.